Welcome, everyone. Today we are diving into the core learning objectives of Angela Duckworth's influential book, Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. Duckworth, a celebrated psychologist and former math teacher, spent years studying why some individuals reach the heights of success while others with equal or more talent fall short. She discovered that achievement is less about innate genius and more about a unique combination of long-term stamina and effort. This presentation serves as a practical blueprint to help you apply her findings to your own life and career. We live in a culture obsessed with natural genius, but as the author David Shank notes, we have been trapped inside the myth of innate talent. When we see greatness, like an Olympic swimmer or a virtuoso, we tend to view it as magic, ignoring the iceberg beneath the surface, the invisible hours of struggle, rejection, and practice. Mythologizing talent lets us off the hook, providing an excuse to avoid the discomfort of relentless effort. Grit reminds us that excellence is actually the aggregate of countless ordinary elements. Duckworth provides a simple but profound theory of achievement through two equations. First, talent times effort equals skill. Talent is merely how quickly your skills improve when you invest effort. Second, skill times effort equals achievement. Notice that effort appears in both equations. It counts twice. While talent helps you build skill, achievement only happens when you use that skill repeatedly. Consequently, a person with half the talent but twice the hard work will eventually produce dramatically more over time. So what exactly is grit? It consists of two pillars, passion and perseverance. Passion here is not a fleeting firework of intense emotion, but a compass, an enduring devotion and consistency toward a goal over long stretches of time. Perseverance is the quiet determination to stick to a course once it is decided upon. It is about having a never-give-up attitude and the resilience to keep getting back up after being knocked down by failure and rejection. Gritty people organize their lives around a goal hierarchy. At the very top is an ultimate concern or life philosophy, a singular compass that organizes all waking activity. Below this are mid-level strategic milestones and low-level daily tasks. Grit means being stubborn at the top, but flexible at the bottom. You should never abandon your ultimate aim, but you must be willing to swap out low-level tactics if a different path better serves your top-level goal. A common question is whether grit is born or made. The reality is that grit grows as we mature and can be intentionally engineered. We can grow grit from the inside out by cultivating four personal psychological assets: interest, practice, purpose, and hope. Simultaneously, we can grow grit from the outside in by harnessing our environment, including wise parenting, supportive leadership, and a gritty culture. Both nature and nurture play essential roles in shaping the sort of person we choose to be. The first asset is interest. Passion begins with discovery, finding something you intrinsically enjoy. However, passions are rarely discovered through introspection alone. They are triggered by interactions with the outside world. Duckworth emphasizes that before hard work comes play. You must allow yourself or your team to goof around and casually explore interests before demanding disciplined focus. It takes years of active experimentation and subsequent encounters to turn a spark of interest into a long-term commitment. Once an interest is established, you must master the capacity for practice. Experts don't just put in more hours, they practice differently through deliberate practice. This requires a Kaizen mindset of continuous improvement. The loop involves 4 steps. 1. Set a stretch goal to improve a specific weakness. 2. Apply 100% focus. 3. Seek immediate, often negative, feedback. And 4. Refine and repeat until mastery is achieved. Gritty people resist complacency by constantly problem-solving their own performance. Purpose is the intention to contribute to the well-being of others. While interest is often self-oriented, purpose is other-centered. Think of the parable of the bricklayers. One sees a job, laying bricks. One sees a career, building a church. And one sees a calling, building the house of God. You can perform any job as a calling if you look at how it connects to the bigger picture and serves others. Interest without purpose is difficult to sustain for a lifetime. The final internal asset is hope. In the context of grit, hope is not wishing for good luck. It is the active expectation that our own efforts can improve our future. It is rooted in a growth mindset, the belief that intelligence and ability can change with effort. When faced with failure, those with a fixed mindset experience learned helplessness and give up. Those with a growth mindset use optimistic self-talk to view setbacks as temporary and specific, leading to renewed effort.
Growing grit from the outside in starts with wise parenting or leadership. The most effective mentors are in the upper right quadrant. They are both demanding and supportive. They set incredibly high standards while providing immense, unconditional love and support. This is different from authoritarian parenting, which is demanding but cold, or permissive parenting, which is supportive but low standard. Gritty leaders model passion and perseverance themselves, encouraging others to emulate their example, rather than just obeying orders. Extracurricular activities are the ideal playing fields of grit. They have an adult in charge who isn't a parent and a structured design that cultivates interest, practice, purpose, and hope. Duckworth recommends the hard thing rule used in her own family. 1. Everyone must do one hard thing requiring deliberate practice. 2. You cannot quit in the middle. You must finish the season or commitment interval. And 3. You get to pick your own hard thing. This builds the habit of follow-through. The easy way to get grit is to join a gritty culture. Whether it is a sports team like the Seattle Seahawks or a nation like Finland, culture shapes our identity. In Finland, the concept of sisu, a spirit of inner strength and guts, is part of who they are. Over time, the way we do things around here becomes the way I do things. Once an attribute like grit becomes part of your identity, it drives your behavior more powerfully than any cost-benefit analysis. While grit is a powerful resume virtue, Duckworth reminds us that character is plural. Grit falls under intrapersonal character, strengths of will, alongside curiosity in intellectual character, strengths of mind. However, interpersonal character, strengths of heart like compassion and honesty, is paramount. We should strive to be both great, gritty, and good, moral. Ultimately, high scores on the grit scale strongly correlate with higher life satisfaction and positive emotional well-being. To conclude, here is your practical blueprint. 1. Adopt the math. Measure success by effort applied, not just talent. 2. Organize the pyramid. Ensure daily tasks funnel into one ultimate life philosophy. 3. Run the practice loop. Use deliberate practice and Kaizen to solve weaknesses. And 4. Engineer your environment. Use the hard thing rule and join gritty cultures. Remember, to be gritty is to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Effort unlocks the ceiling of possibility.